to Chinese Pronunciation Master Course. I am Lu, and I will be your teacher throughout this course. I'm a professional Chinese language teacher, interpreter, and cultural mediator. But we are here for Chinese pronunciation, right? But why should you study pronunciation? Well, you just have to think about a tourist going to your city and trying to speak your language. Maybe he or she did try to learn the language for a few weeks, or months, or even years, but you are still feeling awkward about the way they are speaking. Well, maybe that's because their pronunciation is a bit off. In my opinion, and not only in my opinion, speaking good Chinese is all about pronunciation, or almost about pronunciation. That's why I made this course right for you to improve your Chinese and to start with the right base to be proficient in this language. So, who is this course for? This course is both for beginners, intermediate, up to advanced level students. If you don't have any previous knowledge about Chinese language, this is the right course to build strong foundations for your future learning. If you're intermediate or advanced level student, this course can make you master Chinese pronunciation and scale up your Chinese proficiency level. This is a step-by-step course, so you can start also from zero, and you can take your time, go faster if you're intermediate or advanced students, or go slower if it's your first time taking a Chinese course. In this course, you will be able to perfect your pronunciation, starting from the sounds of Chinese, going through the sound of articulation, and also mastering the tones. There's someone saying that tones are the most difficult part of Chinese learning journey. Of course, this is not a superficial and approximative course. Of course, this is not a superficial and approximative course. We will go deep into every and each part, going from tones to sound articulation and combining the two to really scale up your fluency. Now let's go deeper into the course and see which topics we're going to touch in this course. First, we're going to see where and how we articulate the sounds of Chinese. After that, we're going to learn what are the Chinese pronunciation units, the syllables, how they're made, how we can recognize them and distinguish them. Only after that, we're going to master the tones, first knowing which and how many they are, where do we have to write them, how we pronounce them, and why we have to learn them and use them. After this chapter, we're going to see each and every sound of Chinese, analyze them, and learn how to pronounce them one by one. Plus, we will add the tones to these sounds to have some practice all together and become more fluent. During our journey, we are also going to learn a few, and not just a few, tongue twisters, so that you can challenge yourself with different levels of fluency and difficulty in pronunciation. Of course, you will also learn a lot of words, new words, maybe words you have already studied, but then you can have real and practical examples of how the sounds of Chinese are related to the characters. I can't wait to see you in this Chinese pronunciation master course. See you inside. Welcome and thank you for deciding to join my course and learn Chinese pronunciation with me. Before starting, I would like to make a small disclaimer. This course is part of the HSK 0 to 6 coaching guide. If you're new to Chinese learning and you want to be guided in your journey, or if you want to get ready for the new updated HSK levels exams and want to be guided in your study journey, then this guide might be for you. It's a 1 year coaching guide plus an ebook that will accompany you step by step in your journey. I will put more information about it for you to have a look in these lesson resources. Meanwhile, see you in the first lessons of the Chinese Master Pronunciation. Welcome finally to the first chapter of this course. In this chapter, we are going to talk about where we articulate the sounds of Chinese. Most of you might know that every sound we produce with our body is made by breathing out air, which passes through the vocal folds that will open or close and vibrate eventually. Then the air will come out, the vibration of the air will come out as a sound. Now, in every language, the difference in the pronunciation comes from how we stop the air with our mouth and how we position our tongue when producing a sound. So, going from out to inside, we can open or close the lips. We can close them with strength, really strong, or softly, depending on the language. Then, sometimes we can close the teeth or not. Really important is the tongue. According to how low, how high, how outward or inward is positioned the tongue, also the vocals, the vowels of a language can change. An A sound can be more towards the E or towards the O, depending on the language, and all depends on how we position our tongue and our mouth when pronouncing the sound. So the tip of the tongue can be floating in the air or can be positioned on the teeth, on the alveolar ridge, that is the protruding part behind the teeth, on the hard palate, or can be also curved towards the back. Then also the blade can be touching or not the hard palate, or the back can be touching or not the soft palate. Well, you don't have to know all these technical words. What you need to remember is that when we learn a sound, we have to focus on how we are producing it. Are we closing our lips? Are we closing them strong or soft? Are we touching with our tongue any part of the mouth? How is our tongue? Is it going forward, like towards the outside, or is it going backward towards the back of the mouth? And also, are we closing the channel that goes up to the nose, making nasal sounds? Or are we using our throat to produce sound? Are we closing it? And also really important is are our vocal folds vibrating with some sounds like the vowels. The vocal folds will vibrate if we pronounce more. Many of the consonants we pronounce are indeed not going to make the vocal folds vibrate, like k, k, k. You can feel the vibration by putting your hand on your neck, right on the front, where you can feel the throat channel. If you feel it vibrating, then it will be a voiced sound. If it's not vibrating, then it will be an unvoiced sound, so there will be no vibration. Now that you know what to focus on when learning pronunciation, we can go to the second chapter. Welcome to the second chapter of the Chinese Pronunciation Master course. In this chapter, we are going to talk about the main units of Chinese, the syllables. The first type of syllable in Chinese is the one composed only by one or two vowels. Like this one, single vowel, or this one, two vowels where the Y is substituting the I, because the I can't be in front of the word alone. A second type of syllable is a syllable composed both by vowels and by consonants. The consonants can be put before or after the vowel or the couple of vowels. Sometimes, in rare cases, you can have three vowels, but they are pretty rare indeed. As I was saying, the consonant can be put before or after. We can also have a couple of a group or a group of consonants after the vowel sound. The third and last kind of syllable is the syllable composed by, yes, vowels or a group of vowels and consonants both before and after the group or single vowel. Either if we have or not consonants at the beginning of the syllable, this part starting from the vowel going to the final consonants is called final. It is called final even if we don't have an initial consonant. So, as we were saying, this consonant is called initial part of the syllable. We will see that we have several consonants that can be the initials of a syllable, and we can have a fixed set of vowels and vowels plus final consonants that can make the ending of the syllable. Now that we understand what are the main components of Chinese language, we can go on with the third chapter, which is about tones. See there. Here we are to the third chapter of the course. In this chapter, we're going to study the tones. The Chinese tones are said to be the most difficult part of the Chinese learning process. In this chapter, precisely, we're going to learn which are the Chinese tones, how many, where do we have to write them, how we pronounce them, and why. The Chinese tones are four: 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have also a fifth, neutral tone, but since it's neutral, so it is pronounced with the neutral tone of voice you usually use when speaking. It's not exactly an accent like the others, so it's not counted. So these, as I was just saying, are like accents and are put on the words to stress the pronunciation. We have the first tone, the second tone, the third tone, and the fourth tone. Remember, we are going to see them better later, the order. The first tone is like a line, straight line, horizontal. Then we have a rising line for the second. The third tone is the one which goes down and then up. And the last, the fourth tone, is going downwards. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. The neutral tone is written as a small circle. Sometimes it is also omitted, so you can sometimes not found, most of times actually, this one. But if you wanted to make sure to mark it correctly, you can add this one. So now we will see where to write them. We have said that these are like stress marks that we have to use on words. We have to write them on the pronunciation transcription. But there are precise rules for where to write them. Let's see it. On the first place, the tones have to be written on the vowels. When we transcribe, we write down the pronunciation of a Chinese character because Chinese language do use the characters, not the alphabet. The alphabet it is used only for transcribing, for writing down the pronunciation to help you learn it better and faster. So, as we were saying, the tones have to be written on top of the vowels. Here we have an A. In Chinese, the A is pronounced A. Here with the first tone, the second tone, the third tone, and the fourth tone. But what do we have to do when we have more than one vowel? We just saw that in the syllables in Chinese represent the main sounds, the smaller unit of sounds in Chinese. So in one syllable, in every syllable, we have to have a tone. But where to put it if we have more than one vowel in a syllable, so a group of vowels? In order to know on which vowel we have to write the tones, we have to follow the strength rule. The strength rule says that we have to write the tone on the strongest vowel. In Chinese, we have 6 vowel sounds. We have A, we have U, also pronounced as E, if combined with the E. Then we have the U, we have again the I sound, we have U, and we have Yu. These vowels are organized, are valued along this strength scale. We have A and U or E, which are the strongest. So whenever we find one of these two in one syllable, we have to write the tones on either A or U or E, whether it is pronounced. They never happen to be together in one syllable, so we don't have to choose between one or the other. Then we pass to the middle strength vowel O. O, as it is pronounced, is not as strong as A or E, but it's stronger than I, U, and Ü. So whenever we happen to have this vowel together with one of these, we have, of course, to write the tone above U. Again, we repeat that if the U is together with one of these two, then the tone, of course, will go on one of these two, the one which is in the syllable, because they are stronger. Then, if we don't have neither A, U, and O, we don't have neither of these three, and we only have these three, then we have to write the tone on the last vowel in the syllable. So if we have I first and then U, then we will write the tone on the U sound. If we have U first and then I, we will write the tone above the I. So on the last vowel we have on the syllable. Also, again, if we have one of these together with one of these, we write the tones above either A or U or E. So let's see an example of where to write the tones if we have more than one vowel. If we have A and U, A is stronger, so we write the tone above A. The same is with between A and I. We write the tone on A. If we have the I first, again, we still write the tone above the A because it's stronger. So we don't follow the last written vowel rule. We follow the strength rule. If we have first U and A, the same, U is a weak vowel, so we write the tone on A. The same is for the E, so if we have E, we write U, or also pronounced as U sometimes. We have the tone above it. Either it is before or after the other vowel. Then, if we have O and U, O is the middle, O is weaker. So we write the tone above the O. If we have only weak vowels, we then write the tone on the last vowel. Either it is the E or the U. Now that we have seen about the tones, which are them, where we have to write them, how we have to write and pronounce them, maybe you're wondering why we have to learn to pronounce them. The first and most important reason why you have to learn to write and pronounce the tones is meaning distinction. In Chinese, we only have a set of syllables, but we have several characters. These are characters used to write the language. This is pronunciation transcription. It is used only to write out the pronunciation for you to learn, but it is not used commonly to write the language, the meaning. So we have just this represents the sound. So we have just a limited set of sound, but we have many, many words with the same sound. So in order to distinguish them, Chinese have elaborated this system of tones. So the same syllable, ma, can have 5 or more, because we will see there are more characters with the same sound, and also maybe sometimes the same tone. We have the same syllable, but with different tones, it gets different characters, and with every different characters comes a different meaning. So we have ma. We have seen the first tone. It's high, it's long, and it's stable on the high tone. So ma means mother. Then we have the second tone. It's still same pronunciation, m, a, ma, but the second tone. So it's not ma, it's ma, ma, ma. It means hemp. Then we have the third, ma. So we have first ma, second ma, third ma. The third tone, ma, character is this one, and this one means horse. So you want to be able to distinguish between your mother and a horse. And then you will also don't want to ma your mother, because ma means to insult. And then there is the neutral tone of voice ma, which is a particle used to make questions like 你好吗? You good? And then the question, are you good? How are you? Therefore, it's natural that learning to pronounce the tones correctly, you will improve your clarity in communication, because speaking Chinese using wrong tones may lead you to misunderstandings. One time, I wanted to go to have a shower in the public showers in the city I was living in, because yes, in China there are public showers. Take notes. But I mispronounced the word for shower, and I used the wrong tone, and they were taking me to the park, and I was like, why are you taking me to the park? And the taxi driver said that I said fish ponds instead of shower, so he thought I wanted to go to the park to watch the fish. And why should I ever want to go to the park to watch the fish farmers and the fish farm? So as a result, I did pay twice the fee for my taxi drive. And yes, this is a good reason for you to learn and master the tones. With a lot of practice on tones, you can get really, really fluent in Mandarin Chinese. So what are you waiting for? Let's do some practice. And of course, we're going to use them more in the future lessons. Next topic is the next chapter, where we're going to talk about all the sounds of Chinese. And then we will use the tone together with those sounds to do more practice. So, welcome to this chapter about all the sounds of Chinese. We have this chart. These are all the sounds that you can possibly have for the Chinese syllables. So for the characters pronunciation. As we were saying, we have initials and finals. And initials, as we were saying, are all consonants or group of consonants. So consonantic sounds. While finals all start with a vowel, and sometimes they can have one or a group of consonants. And then they combine, sometimes they are alone, or they are combined with all the other initials to make every sound possible. Sometimes you happen to see blank spaces. Wherever you see blank spaces, that's because you don't have that combination of sound in Chinese. So all the words you are going to learn have one of these sounds. Of course, they will be paired with a proper tone. So you can have, as we were saying, here we have ma, and ma can be pronounced with all the sounds, like ma, 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 ma. So for all these, you will have tone variation. But some of them will be only paired with a few tones. Most of them will be paired with all the tones. But now you don't have to worry about it. We will see them. And what we are going to do after it's we are going to learn every and each sound combination, how we have to pronounce it. We will give a character example for that combination, plus we will add the tone that character with that pronunciation, with that combination of sounds uses. And then we are going also to focus on the peculiarities of every consonantic sound, because some of these might be written as in English or in other languages using this alphabet, but they might have a different pronunciation. Like for example, this letter in English, you will pronounce it ke, but in Chinese, it's pronounced ci. So we will have a look to every sound here and every sound here and every combination to master all the sounds of Chinese. So let's start with the first sound, the vowel a. In Chinese, the letter A is pronounced a. So let's try to pronounce it with the 4 different tones. First tone, a. Be sure your tone of voice is high. Then second tone from middle to upwards, ah, ah. Third tone, you go low and then rise again, ah, ah. Then fourth tone, you go from up to low, ah, ah. So, ah, 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 ah. The example character for this sound is ah, ah, ah is an interjection. It's like when you realize something as you already knew it, and then you realize it's actually like that. Ah, 我知道了. Ah, I know it. Now let's start combining the ah sound with a few finals. We have ah and e, and it becomes I, I. If we add a third tone, we get this character pronunciation. I means small. So it's not high, it's a small person. With the final N, an, an, an. If we pronounce it at first tone, we get the pronunciation of this character. An, which means peace. This time we have a plus this final, n plus g. this combination of consonants in Chinese is pronounced like the N but with a nasal sound. To make it, you have to close the back part of your mouth, like where there is the channel going up to your nose, and you close that with your soft palate. You can try to mimic the times you talk, what you speak when you have the cold, like this. You will have to close that channel. Once the sound blocks on the nose, that's the correct sound. So the sound for this combination of sound of consonants is uh, is pronounced together on. Also, to help you pronounce this sound, you can lower your your mouth and let it sit down. So open your mouth and relax it. On on. As an example, we have this character. This character's pronunciation is on, on, with the second tone. Following, we have a plus o, which makes ow, ow. This o is not really closed and rounded as it is in English. In English, you tend to say an O and then close more the lips. In Chinese, it's the contrary. Your lips are more closed when you start the sound and then they open up. Like it's not O, but it's wo, wo, wo. It's always an O, but it starts closed and ends open. Ow. Since we start here with an A, which is a really big and open sound, then we don't have to start the O with a closed O, but we directly shift from the A to the O, ow, ow. As an example, here we have ow, ow, first tone. Ow means concave. You can see it from the character where there's a hole. So it's concave. Now that we have seen all the combination of sounds of Chinese starting with the sound A, now we have a look to all the sounds starting with this second vowel, the vowel U or E, depending on how it's combined with other vowels. So we can pronounce it U when it's pronounced alone, or it's pronounced E when combined, for example, with E. U or E is a strong vowel, so it often has the tone on top of it. And now we are going to try to pronounce it with all the four tones of Chinese. First tone, we have U, U. Second tone, U, U. Third tone, U, U. Fourth tone, U, U. I know that this sound might seem tricky, but actually you just have to imagine, it's a bit disgusting maybe, when you're throwing up. Well, that's that sound. Uh, uh, and you feel it really much when you pronounce it with fourth sound. Or when it's combined with other letters, so let's imagine it's pronounced together with E. We have E, A, A, A. So imagine yourself starving. You're really hungry and you say, ugh, I really want some food. Well, the vowel pronounced with fourth tone, so means to be hungry, to need food. As we were saying, the letter when combined with other vowels, for example, e, is pronounced e. So e plus e becomes a. For example, we have this character here because we can't use e, a alone without an initial consonant. We have this character pronounced hey, hey. In Chinese, the H is voiced, so you pronounce it hey, hey, which means it's like the English hey when you're calling someone from afar. Different it is when is pronounced together with a final consonant. When it happens, it keeps its pronunciation because it's alone. It's not together with other vowels. So becomes an. When we want to say that we agree with someone, or we're just like saying yes, right, then we can say un, un. It's not that stressed when you're saying to someone. So it's like as it was for a, which was followed by n alone or n plus g. It also happens for a, in this case. So plus we remember that it is the nasal, and we have to close the nasal channel going through from the mouth up to the nose from inside. We have to close that and pronounce so plus becomes um um. This sound also can't come alone without a consonant at the beginning. So we added an L to to pronounce long, long, third tone, long, which means cold. O sound is sometimes followed by the R. The R sound in Chinese is retroflex, so you have to curve your tongue backwards when you pronounce it. R, r. English speakers can be pronounce it easier than other language speakers. It is easier for them to make this sound. In other languages, like for example Italian, the R sound is pronounced rotating the tongue inside the mouth like r. So it's not that easy for them to put the tip of the tongue to the back and retroflex this r, r. So u plus r becomes r, r. Maybe we have heard in movies pirates doing this sound r, r, fourth tone r. In Chinese, it means two. After the o sound, e sound, we have the e sound. The e sound is written e only when it's written inside the syllable. When it comes at the beginning of the syllable, it's substituted by the consonant y, the semiconsonant y. Why is it called semiconsonant? Because it's half a consonant, half a vowel. Because it sounds like a vowel, but it is used like an initial consonant. So if we want to simply write the sound E, we have to add an Y at the beginning of the syllable. So E, 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 E. That's why this vowel is said to be weak, because it can't stay by itself. With the first tone, E, we can count 1. This character means 1. It's just one line. E. Sometimes it happens in Chinese that the same character with the same sound can be pronounced with different tones. And according to the tone you're using, it can differ either in meaning or in usage. So Y Is it pronounced with the second tone here? And it's like E, E, and with the fourth tone here, E, E. Because with the first tone, like E, E, first tone is used when you count, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. With the fourth tone is used when you count things. Because in Chinese, when you count things, you have to add a classifier after, like the article in English. So you are counting things, so you are adding a classifier after. So you have to pronounce E. But when this classifier is pronounced with the fourth tone, then since fourth and fourth tone are difficult to pronounce together, like 一个, it's really strong and we don't want it. Then the E changes and gets to second sound. So 一个, it's way easier to pronounce. So 一, E, E. After the simple E sound, we have E plus A. That is pronounced ya, ya, with a little slide of the tongue. Ya at fourth tone, so ya, ya, ya means Asia, like ya, Zhou means Asia. Here it comes a slightly difficult pronunciation. It's not difficult for its articulation, so it's not difficult to pronounce, but it's tricky because here we have E, and then we have A, and then we have N. So E, A, N. But since for their articulation properties, when pronounced together, it sounds more like yen, yen. It's a slightly open it's way near to the but it still sounds yen, yen. So whenever it's y-a-n or e-a-n, it's always pronounced yen, yen. So we have yen at the second tone is pronounced yen, yen, yen. With this character means inflammation. We have one fire. It's like these two fires because inflammation comes from the heat of the body. Inflame. Flame is fire, so inflammation, yen. The E-A-N rule to pronounce it yen doesn't work if the N is nasal. So if the N is followed by G. So when we have this final the E is added and this pronoun is the result. Yang, yang, yang. So with the second tone going upward, paired to this character, we have yang, yang, which means sheep. Now we go on with E plus ao. E plus ao is pronounced yao, 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 yao. Fourth tone going down, yao means medicine. Now that we have finished with the E sounds, E beginning sounds, we get to wo, wo. The O in Chinese is pronounced wo. Here it's how we have to pronounce it with the four tones. So first tone, wo, wo. Second, wo, wo. Third, wo, wo. Fourth, wo, wo. With the fourth tone, wo. When pairing this character, we can use it to express surprise, like when we don't believe something has happened. We're really surprised, dazzled by what happened. Or then we have or plus u. O plus u becomes o, o, o. First tone, o, o. This character, pronounced o, is the abbreviation used for Europe. 欧元 Euro, the currency. 欧洲 Europe, the country. Since there are not so many endings with the U sound, we can get really fast to the U sound. The U sound, as it is for the E sound, is a really weak vowel, so it can't stay by himself when at the beginning of a syllable. So whenever this sound has to be used at the beginning of a syllable, it is substituted by the W's letter. But this W is still pronounced as U. It is just a bit sliding towards the U sound. So U, 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 U. Congratulations! Now that we have finished studying all the sounds beginning with the vowel sound, we can now go on and study all the sounds beginning with the consonant initial. Now we start with the B sound. The B sound is similar to the English B. The difference is that the B sound in Chinese is more closer to a P sound. You don't blow air out of your mouth, but the lips are really strong when you pronounce the B. B. You can hear that it's stronger than the English B, so the lips have to close stronger to pronounce it. Like in P, A, Pa. At the first tone, we have Pa, Pa. Pa at first tone with this character means 8, the number 8. To follow, we have P, I, Pai, Pai. First tone, Pai, Pai is the pronunciation of this character. In this character, maybe you are not used to say it like this, but we have two hands. One hand is this one, and the second hand. These two hands are waving, and it is used to say goodbye, like bye-bye, or to greet someone when going. It's like waving the hand. Bye. Now we get to p plus an, p, an, pan. At fourth tone we have pan, pan. This character on the right means half because it's like we had three stripes, but then we cut them into half and this breaks and this remains straight and we have on one half. But as we saw in the previous lesson, this a plus n plus g is pronounced on. It's a nasal sound. It blocks, it stops on the nose. So b, on is pronounced bang, bang. At first tone, we have bang, bang, bang in Chinese means to help. Here we come to b, ao, b, ao, bao. First tone, bao, bao means to wrap, to envelope. There's something closed inside a wrap. This character in the past was written like this. And it was a fetus closed inside the womb. So the womb was wrapping around the fetus. Now it means to wrap. Bao. I think that we can go a bit faster now because you're now a bit more fluent than at the beginning. We had already some practice. So b, a, b, a, bay. Third tone, bay, bay. North, b, n, b, n, ben, ben. Fourth tone, ben, ben. Stupid, clumsy. B, on, b, on, bong. Second tone, bong, bong. There's no need. Bong. This sound is not that used. It's used more almost only for this character. B, e, b, e, b, e. Third tone, b, b means brush, pen. Here we can focus a bit again. We have e, a, n. As we said in one of the previous lessons, e, a, n is pronounced yen, yen. So b, yen, bien. With the fourth tone, bien, bien. It means to change. Bu, yao, bu, yao, yao. So with the third tone, biao, biao, we have this character which means form, model. Plus ye, ye. We see here that with the e sound, the becomes e. B, ye becomes bie, bie. Second tone, bie, bie. It's an imperative negative. It's like don't do that. B, in, b, in, bin, bin. First tone, bin, bin. Guest. B plus ying, ying, ying with the nasal sound becomes bing, 冰 first tone. 冰 冰 means ice. 窝窝波 first tone. 波 means wave. 波乌波乌乌 fourth tone. 不 no, it's the negation of the present and the future. Like as in E, when it is followed by a fourth tone, it becomes second tone. 不 You have learned a lot. Now it's time to have some fun and to challenge yourself with the tongue twister. The first tongue twister we're going to study is saying like this. 800标兵奔北坡，炮兵并排北边跑，炮兵怕把标兵碰，标兵怕碰炮兵炮。So let's see it one line at a time and slower. 800标兵奔北坡 So 800 8 by 100 800 800 标兵 are the guards with the arch in the army. 奔北坡 they rush 北坡 on the northern hill. So 800标兵奔北坡 the p is like the b, but you make some air flowing. So 800标兵奔北坡 Now let's see the second line. 炮兵并排北边跑，炮兵并排北边跑。炮兵 are these soldiers, the artillerymen with the bombs. 并排并排 means they are in line. 北边跑 and in the north 北边 and they 跑 run. We have just seen 北 north. So 炮兵并排北边跑 The artillery soldiers are in line running and in the north side. So the 炮兵怕 fear worry about 把 to take 标兵 these guards 碰 means to touch. So they are worried, they fear that they can touch the guards because they have the bombs. So 炮兵怕把标兵碰 They fear to touch them. And 标兵 the guards with the arch and arrows 怕 are worried, fear to touch 碰 the 炮兵炮 the 炮 which is this bomb of the 炮兵 of the artilleryman. So 标兵怕碰炮兵炮标兵怕碰炮兵炮 So they are afraid to touch their bomb. So now let's see it all together. Again, first slow, then medium speed, and then a bit faster. So first slowly. 800标兵奔北坡，炮兵并排北边跑，炮兵怕把标兵碰，标兵怕碰炮兵炮。Now, be aware of focusing on the tones. First, 800, third, then we have fourth, 炮, and then we have third, 北. Again, we don't have any second tone, so just focus on these and go medium speed. 800标兵奔北坡，炮兵并排北边跑，炮兵怕把标兵碰，标兵怕碰炮兵炮。So now we're going to go fast speed. 800标兵奔北坡，炮兵并排北边跑，炮兵怕把标兵碰，标兵怕碰炮兵炮。How was it? If you have any problem with the pronunciation either of the B sound or of the tones and the finals, you can have a look to the previous lessons. Don't forget, once you're ready, to record this tongue twister and send it to me through audio or video through my Instagram channel. You can find me at 小鲁does things in Instagram. Congratulations, you just learned your first tongue twister. Now we can go on and study all the sound with this letter. This letter looks like the common and known K sound, C sound, but in Chinese it is pronounced C. It is pronounced like T plus S, C. So for C plus A, we will have sa, 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 sa. First tone, to scratch, to rub, to wipe, sa. C, I, sai, C, I, sai. We can see here that there is an H because some air is going out from our mouth when pronouncing cai, cai. So we have with the fourth tone, cai, cai, vegetable, dish. Then we have an, that becomes san, san, san. First tone, san, san, meal, lunch. If we add the final G, we will have a nasal sound. So from san, we will go to song, song. Remember that to pronounce this nasal sound, you have to relax your mouth when pronouncing it and to close the nasal channel when you pronounce the N sound. So, song, song. First tone, we will have song, song, song means storehouse, warehouse. 词 熬 早 早 早. Third tone, we pronounce it 早 早, which means grass. Then here we have the sound added to the c sound. The sound is pronounced because it's alone as a vowel. So 次 becomes 侧, 侧. Fourth tone, 侧, 侧 means booklet. The next one is 次 plus n, 次, n, 森. Second tone, we have 层, It's pretty unseen character. It's pretty rare to see it, as it is rare to hear this pronunciation, this sound. Anyway, this character means high hill, cliffy shore. Here we are with the sound of the E. The sound of the E when it follows 次. When it follows 次, the E becomes voiceless, so it's almost unpronounced. 次, E becomes 次, so you can't hear the E sound. Like in 词, which means word. Then we have 词, ong. Remember of the nasal sound 词, ong, which becomes 从. Second tone 从, which means from as a preposition. 词, o becomes 走. Fourth tone 奏. This is also a not common sound, so this character is not that used. Anyway, we can see the meaning as to happen suddenly, but it's pretty complex as a character. You don't have to learn it by now. Then we have 子, u, 次, u, 粗. First tone 粗. 粗 means rough, coarse. Here 次, 完, 完. With the fourth tone, it's pronounced 窜, which means to exile, to banish, to run away. 词, 为, we have seen that u and e becomes 为. 词, 为 becomes 脆. Fourth tone 脆 means fragile or also crispy. 滋, 温,村. First tone 村, which means village, small village. After 村, we have 词, 窝, 搓. Fourth tone, we have 错, wrong. Here there is a combination of C and H, while the C alone is pronounced 次, the C plus H is pronounced ch. It's not so different from the 次 sound. The difference is that I was saying that the difference is that while in the 次 sound, here we have 次, so the C alone, we have just the tip of the tongue touching the back of the teeth, the upper back of the teeth. In the ch sound, for this ACH sound, ch sound, we have on the middle and the point of the tongue touching the upper palate, the middle, the palate. So since the palate is wet, because it has water in it, this sound will be more wet. It will be wetter, while this sound will be more dry. So tss, you can hear it, no water. It has more like a water sound. And this sound is voiced, so it will be pronounced ch, ch, cha, cha, ch, a, cha. Second tone we have cha, cha, which means tea. 中国茶 means Chinese tea. I, I becomes chai, chai. First tone, chai, chai, to disrupt, to tear open, to take apart. Chai. Then we have ch, an, ch, an, chan, chan. Third tone is chan, chan, to produce. Then again, if we add a G sound to make the N nasal, we will have ch plus ch, chang, chang. Second tone, chang, chang, which means long. Another sound with ch, ch plus ao, ch, ao becomes ciao, ciao, which in Italian and in another few languages means hello or bye. But in Chinese, if we pronounce it with the third sound, in Chinese it becomes ciao, ciao. Then we come to ch, ch, che, che. First tone, che, che means car, vehicle. Ch, is pronounced together. Chen, chen. Second tone, chen, chen means dust, dirty, dust. When we add the G and we make this become nasal, it becomes so ch, becomes cheng, cheng. Second tone, cheng, cheng means to become, to accomplish. Oh, here we come. This E. With a few sounds, with few initial sounds, the E is not pronounced. It is unvoiced. So it becomes sh, u, is like e, u, but with closed teeth. So we will have ch, ch. First tone, ch, to eat. Now here we have o, and the nasal So ong, ch, ch. on, chong, chong. Second tone, chong, tong, means bug, insect. O, ch, o becomes cho, cho. With third tone, cho, cho means ugly. Ch, u, l, u, hu, hu. First tone, chu means to go out, to exit. One, one becomes chuan, chuan. First tone, chuan, chuan, to dress, to wear. Why, 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 why means to break someone's legs. Not that good as a word, but we don't have many words with this sound. I could only find these and a few others. Try, try. Wang, wang. Remember the nasal and chuang, chuang. Second tone, we have chuang, chuang, which means bed. Oh, here we come to the final wu yi. Wu yi in Chinese, when together in this order, it's pronounced wei, wei, more or less. So wu e yi. Chi, wei, chi, wei becomes that wei, wei, chui, chui means to blow out, to blow. Chi, un, un. Here the u comes shorter and it melts together with the n. Un, un, chi, un becomes chun, 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 chun. First tone means spring. Chunjie, Spring Festival, the Chinese New Year. 知我知我戳戳戳. Fourth tone is pronounced chuo, chuo. This is not common. This sound is not seen a lot in Chinese. This character means graceful for women, but it's literal because it's an old word. This sound is not so commonly used anymore. Here we are with the sound of the E. The sound of the E when it follows ц. When it follows ц, the E becomes voiceless, so it's almost unpronounced. C, E becomes c, c, so you can't hear the E sound. Like in c, c, which means word. Then we have c, ong, c, ong. Remember of the nasal sound c, ong, which becomes zong, zong. Second tone, zong, zong, which means from as a preposition. C, o, c, o becomes so, so. Fourth tone, so, so. This is also a not common sound, so this character is not that used. Anyway, we can see the meaning as to happen suddenly, but it's pretty complex as a character. You don't have to learn it by now. Then we have 子, u, 此, u, 粗. First tone, 粗, 粗. 粗 means rough, coarse. Here, 此, 完, 此, 完, cuan, cuan. With the fourth tone, it's pronounced cuan, cuan, which means to exile, to banish, to run away. 子, wei, we have seen that u and e becomes wei. 子, wei becomes cui, cui. Fourth tone, cui, cui means fragile or also crispy. 日, un, 日, un, 村, 村. First tone, 村, 村, which means village, small village. After 村, we have 茨, 窝, 茨, 窝, 搓. Fourth tone, we have 错, 错, wrong. Congratulations, you did it until now. Now we are going to see all the sounds with the consonant initial D. The. Like for the B, the D is also a bit stronger than the English the. A, the, a, da, da. Fourth tone, da, da means big. So, I, the, I, da. Fourth tone, da, da. It's the same character as before, but with a different pronunciation. When the same character is used with two or more different pronunciations, is because it has different meanings, and according to the meaning, it has a different pronunciation. In this case, 大 is used in 大夫, 大夫, which means doctor, family doctor. Then we have 的 and 单. First tone, 单, 单 means ballet or single, small thing. Now we make it nasal with the G and it becomes the, dong. First tone, dong, dong. Dong means to work as or to act as. After that, we have the, ao, dao. Fourth tone, dao, dao, to arrive. The, the, together is pronounced the. Second tone, the means to obtain. A, we remember that sound plus e becomes a, the, a, they. Third sound, third tone, we have they. It's the same character as before, but with a different pronunciation. With third tone, they, plus e, it becomes I have to, I should, I must. N, N. This is also not that common sound, but with the fourth tone we have dun, which means to pull with sharp tugs. If we add a G, we have the more common the, the, tung, with a third tone, dong, dong, to wait for someone. After that, we have the, e, simple, t, t, fourth tone, t, t means round, floor. Here we remember that e, a, n together becomes yen, yen. So yen, the yen becomes tien, tien. Pronounced with the third tone with this character, it means tien, tien dot, point. Then we have the yao, the yao, yao, yao. Pronounced with the fourth tone with these characters, diao, diao. It means accent, tune, melody. Sheng diao are the Chinese tones. Here we have the ye, the ye, die, die. With the second tone, we have die, die, which means to fold. The, yin, the, yin, ding, ding. Remember the nasal N. With the first tone, ding, ding means small squares, cubes. The U in Chinese have a peculiar pronunciation, as it was for U and E, which was pronounced Wei. E and U is pronounced Yo. So yo, yo is pronounced yo, yo. With the first tone, tio, tio means to lose something. The, on, the, on is pronounced dong. With the fourth tone, dong, dong, move, to move, movement. And then we have the, o, the, o, do, fourth tone, do, do, which means beam. The, u, the, u, u. Second tone, do, to read aloud. The, the, one is pronounced duan, duan. With the third tone, we have duan, duan, which means short, short in length, while I, that we saw in one of the first lessons, was short in height. So a person who is short, who is not tall, is I. A thing who is not long, which is not long, is duan, short. Again, we have u and e that becomes wei. So the wei becomes dui. So with the fourth tone, dui means correct, right. Then we have the one, the one, dun, fourth tone, dun, dun means to squat. Do you know the Chinese squat? And then we have the wu, du. First tone, du means a lot, many, much. You might be tired of learning all those sounds, so we can have a small break and learn a new tongue twister. Our second tongue twister is about the sound and the tones together. So we have 门后吊刀，刀倒吊着。So let's see it line per line. The first line says 门, the door, 后, behind. So behind the door is 门后。吊刀吊 means to be hang. 刀 means knife. So behind the door is hanging a knife. 门后吊刀. Beware of the tones. 门后吊刀门后吊刀. Second line is 刀倒吊着。刀 again the knife. 倒 at the contrary. A reverse. 吊着。吊 means again to hang. 这 is used for a continuous action. So it is hanging like upside down. So the knife is hanging upside down is pronounced 刀倒吊着. This 着 is used with neutral tone. So let's say it again all together. 门后吊刀，刀倒吊着。Medium speed is 门后吊刀，刀倒吊着。Fast speed 门后吊刀，刀倒吊着。Even faster 门后吊刀，刀倒吊着。So challenge yourself to say it as fast as you can. Then send me an audio file through message or send me a video, a reel, tag me at my Instagram account. See you in the next lesson to learn all the sound with the F sound. Now here we are with the syllables beginning for F. F. It's the same as the English F. So simply F, fa, fa. First tone, fa, fa. To start, to emit, to burst out. F, an, f, an, fan. Fourth tone, fan, fan. Rice, cooked rice. Nasal, f, f, fang. Fourth tone, fang, fang. To put down. F, a, f, a. Because a plus e is pronounced a. Fei. First tone we have fei, fei, to fly. F, en, f, en, fen. Fourth tone fen, fen, portion. F, ong, f, ong, fong, fong. First tone fong, fong, wind. F, wo, f, wo, wo, for. Second tone for, the Buddha, Buddhism. F, o, f, o, fo. Third tone fo, or not. F, u, f, u, fu. Fourth tone fu, belly, stomach. Here we come to all the sound with ge, ge. All the syllables starting with this sound, ge. In Chinese, this sound only have this hard pronunciation, ge. It doesn't have the G pronunciation as it has in English. It is pretty simple anyway. So, ge. It is a bit harder than the English ge. Ge, a, ga. Four tone, ga, ga. Awkward. Ge, I, ge, I. Gai, gai. Four tone, gai, gai. Cover, lid. Ge, an, ge, an. Gan, gan. This a is a bit near to the e. It's not a, but it's gan, gan. First tone is gan, gan, which means dry, with the same pronunciation, same character, but different tone, gan, for tone, gan. It means to do. Gu, ong, gu, ong, gong, gong. Third tone, gong, gong. It means port. Gu, ao, gu, ao, gao. First tone, gao, gao means high. Gu, ge, 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 ge. Remember to relax your lower part of the face when saying the sound. Fourth tone, ge, ge. This one is the most generic classifier which is used to make articles like 一个, one. Ge, a, ge, a. It's pronounced together, gay, gay. Third tone, gay, gay, to give. Ge, en, ge, en, gen. First tone, gen, gen. Together, following someone. Ge, ong, ge, ong, gong. Fourth tone, gong, gong. More, the more. Ge, ong, ge, ong, gong. Here we have a word which is composed by two characters which both have gong sound but with different tones. The first character has first tone, gong. The second character has a fourth tone, gong. So gong, 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 gong. It means public. Ge, o, ge, o, go. Third tone, go. Go means dog. Ge, u, ge, u, gu. Third tone, gu. Gu means ancient or archaic. Ge, wa, ge, wa, gua. First tone, gua, gua. Gua is a character used for every vegetable or fruit which comes from the family of cucurbitaceae. So 南瓜 means pumpkin, 黄瓜 means cucumber. Ge, uai, ge, uai, guai, 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 guai. Fourth tone, 怪 means to blame, strange, odd. Guan, guan, guan. First tone. Guan, guan, close to, close. Then the nasal version. Guang, guang, guang. First tone. Guang, guang, light, brightness. Wei, wei. We remember that u plus e is pronounced wei, wei. Four tone. Wei, wei. Expensive. Gun, 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 gun. Four tone. Gun, gun. It means stick. 冰棍, 冰棍 means popsicle. 锅, 锅, 锅. Second tone. 国, 国. This tongue twister says 各个国家有各个国家的国歌。So 各个 each and every, so 各个 every 国家 国 means country, 家 family, 国家 means nation. So every nation 有 has 各个国家 it's because it's again every nation 的国歌的 is a relative particle, so everything that comes before the 的 is related to what comes after the 的. After the 的 we have 国歌国歌国 again country 歌 song. So every country, every nation has its own national anthem. So 各个国家有各个国家的国歌。A bit faster. 各个国家有各个国家的国歌。Again, faster. 各个国家有各个国家的国歌。And super fast speed. 各个国家有各个国家的国歌。So challenge yourself. Again, send me an audio file, a video, a reel, everything you want on Xiaolu Does Things Instagram account, and I will see how good you have become at Chinese pronunciation. Now, see you next lesson to learn all the sounds beginning with the H sound, with the He sound. See you then. Here we are to learn all the sounds of Chinese beginning with the He sound. The H in Chinese is pronounced He and it's voiced, so you can hear it. So you will say He, A, He, A, Ha, Ha. First tone Ha is used to laugh. Ha ha ha. He, I, hai. Third tone, hai. Hai means sea. An, an, han. Fourth tone, han. Han is the ethnicity of most the Chinese people. Hanyu means Chinese because it's the language yu of the Han people. He, ang, he, ang, hang, hang. Second tone, hang, hang means line, row. He, all, hao, hao. Third tone, hao, hao means good, well. He, he. Second tone, he. together or and as a conjugation. H, a, h, a, hey, hey. First tone, hey, hey means black. H, n, h, n, hen, hen. Third tone, hen means a lot. It's a particle used to make adjectives. H, h, hung, hung. Second tone, hung means horizontal or parallel. H, hong, h, hong. Second tone, hong means red. H, o, h, o, ho. Fourth tone, ho means after or behind. H, u, h, u, hu. Third tone, hu means tiger. H, wa, h, wa, hua, hua. First tone, hua means flower. H, y, h, y, why. Fourth tone, why. Broken, to break. H, one, one. Fourth tone, one. To change, to shift. H, wang, h, wang, huang. Second tone, huang means yellow. H, wei, h, wei, hui. Fourth tone, hui, to be able to meet together. H, un, h, un, hun. First tone, hun, marriage. H, wo, h, wo. Fourth tone, huo, which means merge. Since I know it's your favorite part of the course, here we are again with another tongue twister. This tongue twister is about the h sound and the final nasal sound. This one is really tricky, but I know you're ready. So let's see it together really slow. The first time. 粉红墙上画凤凰凤凰画在粉红墙 Again 粉红墙上画凤凰凤凰画在粉红墙 Now let's see the meaning one line at a time. 粉红 means powder red, so pink color. 墙上 means wall, 上 on top of, over. So on the wall, on the pink wall, here we have the pink wall. 画 is drawn, means to draw, but you know, in Chinese the verb tenses are not a thing. So 画 is drawn. 凤凰is the phoenix. So the phoenix is drawn on the pink wall. And again, there's a repetition of the meaning, but the phrase is inverted. Here they say 凤凰 the phoenix 画在 is drawn on top of, on the 粉红墙粉 Hong means pink, and qiang, the wall. So again, the phoenix is drawn on the pink wall. So let's see it together. Again, 符粉红墙上画凤凰，凤凰画在粉红墙。Beware to distinguish between the and the So 粉红墙上画凤凰，凤凰画在粉红墙。A bit faster. 粉红墙上画凤凰，凤凰画在粉红墙。A bit faster again. 粉红墙上画凤凰，凤凰画在粉红墙。And then pretty fast. 粉红墙上画凤凰，凤凰画在粉红墙。The last tongue twister was a bit tricky, yeah? Now we will see all the sounds of the syllables beginning with the zh sound. The z sound in Chinese is more near to a z than to an actual j sound. So it will be zh, 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 e, zh, e, z. So if pronounced with the third tone, qi, qi means some. And if it used in a question, it means how many. Zi, ya, zi, ya, jia. First tone. Jia means house, family. Zi, yan, zi, yan, jian. Fourth tone. Jian, jian, the sea. Zi, yang, zi, yang, jiang, jiang. Jiang, fourth tone. Jiang, it means sauce. Zhi, yao, zhi, yao, jiao. Fourth tone. Jiao, jiao, to call someone's name, to call someone, to be called. Zhi, ye, zhi, ye, jie, jie. Third tone. Jie, jie. It's the elder sister. Zhi, yin, zhi, yin, jin. First tone. Jin, gold. Zhi, yin, zhi, yin, jing. First tone. Jing, capital. Zhi, yong, zhi, yong, jiong. Third tone. Jiong, jiong, which means window, but nowadays is used as an icon and emoji for sad. Zhi, you, zhi, you, jiu, jiu. Third tone. Jiu, jiu, which means wine, alcohol. Here we are. This is a peculiar combination of sounds. We have zhi, zhi, and we have the u. When zhi and u are together, the u sound becomes yu, yu. You have to make it by closing and protruding your lips. Yu, yu, and making a sound between the e and the u. Yu. So zhi plus yu becomes zhu, zhu. This character, which means phrase or sentence, is pronounced with the fourth tone. So, 句, 句. The vowel u keeps the sound ü, also if combined with other consonants or vowels in a final after the zh sound. So, zh plus u, a, n, which is pronounced when, becomes zh plus yuan, yuan. So, yuan, yuan. This character, which means roll, like the spring roll, is pronounced with the third tone. So, juan, juan. Spring roll will be pronounced 春卷, spring 春卷 roll. Since this ü sound is really near to the e sound, but with more closed lips, the sound becomes a sound. So this sound becomes a sound. So 撅, 约, 知, 约 becomes 撅, 撅. This character, which means sense or feel, also awakening of the senses, is pronounced with the second tone. So 觉, 觉. In this case, the sound un becomes yun, yun. So 知 plus yun becomes jun. So pronounced at the first tone, jun, it means gentleman, worthy man. Here we are to the letter K. The letter K in Chinese is pronounced pretty similar to the way it is pronounced in English. It is a bit stronger, harder, and you will make some air flow out when you pronounce it. So it's not K, but it's K, K. Now let's see how it is combined with other finals. First, we have K plus A, K, A, A. Pronounced with the third tone, it sounds like Ka, Ka. Ka is the character used for a card, like the credit card. It is also used with the meaning of breaking, stopping, stop functioning. The second combination is K plus I, K, I, Kai. This character, which means to open, but also to start, so to start an engine to drive a car, for example, is pronounced with the first tone. So kai, kai, together with the sound an, an. The sound k is pronounced k, an, can, can. At the fourth tone, kan, it means to watch, to view. For example, to read books is said 看书, to watch books. Now, making the final sound an nasal with the G sound, it becomes k, kang. At the fourth tone, kang, kang. Kang is a traditional bed heated up with stones. Now we have k, ao, k, ao, kao. Third tone, kao, kao means to grill up, to grill. Here, the sound e, because it's not combined either with e or u, it is pronounced so k, Ke. At the third tone, ke, ke, it means thirsty. Also here we don't have any e or u sound to combine the sound, so it's k, kun. Third tone, kun. This character means to chew things while eating, kun. Now again we make it nasal with the G sound, so from n to ong, so k, ong, kung. This character, which means hole, pit, tunnel, is pronounced with the first tone, kong, kong. Now a pretty similar sound. It's not but it's ong. So we make a circle with our lips and close it a bit, protrude it, and say ong, ong, k, ong, kong. First tone, kong, means empty, sky also. Then we have k, o, k, o, ko. Third tone, ko, ko, means mouth. K, u, k, u is pronounced ku. Fourth tone, cool, means cool. K, wa, k, wa is pronounced kwa. At the fourth tone, kwa, kwa means to stride, to step across. Now, these are pretty simple, so we go pretty fast. K, y, k, y, y, y. Fourth tone, y, y means fast. K, one, k, one. Be aware to stop the tongue on your teeth when you say the N sound. Quan, quan. This character, which means broad, fast, is pronounced with the first tone. Quan, quan. Wang, wang, with the nasal sound. Wang. Fourth tone, quang, quang, means frame. Here we have this u, e, which again is pronounced way, way. So we have k, way, way. First tone, way. It means to owe something to someone. And we have k, un, k, un, kun. Fourth tone, kun, kun, which means tired, exhausted. K, wo, k, wo, wo. Fourth tone, kuo, kuo, vast, immense. Here we come to the L sound. L. It's pretty similar to the English L, but you pronounce it a bit stronger. L, L. L, la, la. Fourth tone, la. Spicy, hot. L, I, L, I. Lai. Second tone, lai, to come. L, an, L, an. Lan. Second tone, lan, lan, means orchid. L, on, L, on, with the nasal sound, adding the G, is pronounced long, long. Second tone, long, long. L, ao, l, ao, lao. Third tone, lao, means old. L, l, le. Fourth tone, le, happiness, fun. Here, the final is pronounced A because the A it is together with the E and not So, a, lay, lay. Fourth tone, lay, tired. L, on, on, because sound is not together with E or U. So, on, long. Third tone, long, long, cold. I, li. Third tone, li, which means inside. Ya, ya, lia, lia. Third tone, two people. It's like two of us. 我们俩. Yen, E-R-N is pronounced yen together. So, yen, lien. Second tone, lien, means chain, connection. Rule doesn't apply when we make this sound nasal with the G. So, it's still I-A-N, yang, yang, which together is pronounced liang, liang. Third tone, liang, means two. Le, yao, liao. Second tone, liao means to chat, to talk. Then we have the final ye. The sound plus the e sound becomes e. So ye, le, ye, lie. Fourth tone, lie. It's a list, a sequence of things. Le, in, lin. Second tone, lin, means woods, forest. Le, yin, ling. Second tone, ling, means zero, the number. Here, do you remember how we pronounce E plus U? We pronounce it Leo, Yo. So, Leo, Leo. Fourth tone, Leo. 6, the number. On, on, long, long. Second tone, long means dragon. O, low. This character is pronounced with the fourth tone, low, and means to leak, to drip, to fall out. U, lu. Fourth tone, lu. Road. Lu is also my name. Yu, yu, lu. Fourth tone, lu. Green. One, one, because it is not followed by the J sound. One, luan. Fourth tone, luan. Luan means messy, chaotic. Yue, yue, lue. Fourth tone, lue, to overlook, to neglect. wun, l, wun, luan. Second tone, luan, luan. L, wo, l, wo, luo. Third tone, luo, luo. To drop, to fall off. Congratulations, we are almost halfway to go to master all the Chinese sounds pronunciation. Here we have the m sound, m. It's similar to the English m, but again, you want to make it really clear. M, m, a, ma. First tone, ma, mom. M, I, my. We have this word, which is made almost of the same characters. The second has a component of the top added, and it is pronounced mai, 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 means to buy and to sell. So purchase process. Ma, an, m, an, man. Fourth tone, man, slow. M, on, m, on, mong. Second tone, mong, mong, busy. Ao, m, ao, mau. First tone, mau, cat. M, w, m, w, mu. This particle, grammar particle, is pronounced neutral tone. So m, may. Third tone, may. Beautiful. M, n, m, n, men. Second tone, men, door, doorway. M, m, n, mong. Fourth tone, mo, mo, dream. I, mi. Third tone, mi, rice, the grain. M, yen, m, yen, mian. Fourth tone, mian, dough. M, yao, m, yao, meow. Third tone, meow, second of an hour, fraction of time. M, ye, m, ye, mie, mie. First tone, to burn and destroy. M, yin, min. Second tone, min, people, a population. M, in, min. Beware that this sound is nasal. Min. Second tone, min, name. M, yo, m, yo, meal. Fourth tone, meal, absurd. M, m, o, more. Fourth tone, more. And final part, m, o, m, o, mo. Second tone, mo, any. M, u, mu, mu. Fourth tone, trunk of a tree. Learning the sounds one by one might be a bit repetitive, so that's why we have another tongue twister here. This tongue twister is about the different meaning that can have the same syllable ma if pronounced with different tones. So we have ma ma qi ma, man man ma, ma 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 ma, ma na mer, ma wo kan ma. Now let's see it line by line. The first line, ma ma qi ma. Mama means mom. Qi ma means rides a horse. 妈妈骑马. The second line is 慢慢马. The horse is really slow. 慢慢马. 妈妈骂马. Mama, the mom, insults ma, the horse. Ma, the horse, 纳闷儿 is perplexed. 骂我干嘛? You insult me. Why? Why do you insult me? 骂我干嘛? Now let's see it again all together, a bit faster. 妈妈骑马, 骂妈妈, 妈妈妈妈, 马纳闷儿, 骂我干嘛? Again faster. 妈妈骑马，慢慢马，妈妈妈妈，马纳闷儿，骂我干嘛? And now super fast. 妈妈骑马，慢慢马，妈妈妈妈，马纳闷儿，骂我干嘛? Now here we come to the letter N. The sound N, is similar to the English sound N, but again it's a bit more well defined. A, na, third tone, na. What? Which? Fourth tone, na. That. No, I, nai. Third tone, nai. Means milk. No, an, nan. Second tone, nan. Male, man. Long, nong. Second tone, nong. This character is never seen. It's pretty rare, so you don't even care about its meaning. Nong. Oh. Now. Now. Fourth tone. Now. To make noise. Noisy. N. 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 Is pronounced with neutral tone and it is a grammar particle used when referring to a concept already said or talking about an ongoing situation, marking, stressing the ongoing situation. A, nay, nay, fourth tone, nay, inside. N, n, none, fourth tone, none, soft, melty. No, no, second tone, no, to have the possibility, the opportunity to be able to. No, I, ni, third tone, ni, you. N, yen, nien, remember, I, a, n, yen, nien. Second tone, nien, ear. No, yang, niang. Fourth tone, niang, to brew, to ferment, for alcoholic things like the beer or the wine. No, yao, niao, niao means bird. If pronounced with the fourth tone, niao means to go to the bathroom to pee. No, ye, nie. First tone, nie means to pinch with the hands. No, yin, nin. Second tone, nin. You, formal. No, yung, ning. Second tone, ning means peaceful. No, yo, neo. Second tone, neo means cow, ox. No, Hong, no. Second tone, no, means dense, thick. No. Oh, no. Fourth tone, no. This character is also not used, so don't mind for the minute. No, u, no. Fourth tone, no. Anger. No, yu, nu. Third tone, nu. Woman. No, one, no, one, one. Third tone, nuan. War, to warm up. No, yue, yue. Fourth tone, yue. To maltreat, to abuse. No, wo, no. Fourth tone, no. To make a promise. Here we are to the sound po, po, like the English P, but we make air flow through our lips. Po, po, a, ha. You can put a hand before your mouth and feel the air flowing out. Pa, first tone, pa, means to climb, to hike. Pu, pai, pai, first tone. Pai means to hit or also to film, to take a picture or a video. Pu, pan, pan, second tone. Pan means dish, plate. Now we make it nasal. Pu, ang, pang, fourth tone. Pang means fat. Pu, ao, pao, third tone. Pao, to run. Pu, a, pay, second tone. Pay, to accompany, to keep somebody company. Pu, en, pen, second tone. Pen means vase, vessel, pot. Pu, on, pong, fourth tone. Pull, to touch, to hit someone or something. Pu, i, p, second tone. P means skin, peel. Pu, yen, yen, fourth tone. Pian, slice. Pu, yao, piao, first tone. Piao, the float. Pu, ye, pie, third tone. Pie is the falling stroke in Chinese calligraphy. Pu, yin, pin, first tone. Pin, to put together, to combine. Pu, yung, pyung, first tone, together with pong, ping pong, ping pong, the sport. Pu, huo, huo, fourth tone. Puo, to break, to damage, to cut. Pu, o, ho, ho, first tone, to dissect. Pu, u, hu, third tone. Pu is the reference manual, register, guidebook, or chart, table. Then again, let's have some fun with tongue twister about the difference or between b and h. You can hear it. B doesn't make airflow while h does. B, p. This tongue twister is about eating grapes and eating grape skin. So 吃葡萄不吐葡萄皮儿. When we have this R at the end, we connect it and pronounce it together with the character which comes before. So pear, pear. So 吃葡萄不吐葡萄皮儿，不吃葡萄倒吐葡萄皮儿. So let's see it line by line with the meaning. 吃葡萄, if or when you eat the grapes, 葡萄, 不吐, you don't spit, 葡萄皮儿, the grapes skin. So when you eat the grapes, you eat them all. You don't spit the skin. So 吃葡萄不吐葡萄皮儿. Next line says 不吃葡萄倒吐葡萄皮儿. If you don't eat 不吃葡萄 the grapes, 倒吐 you spit in reverse, so you spit out back. 葡萄皮儿 the skin of the grapes. If you don't eat the grapes, then you spit it all together with its skin. So 不吃葡萄倒吐葡萄皮儿. So let's say it all together again, a bit faster. 吃葡萄不吐葡萄皮儿，不吃葡萄倒吐葡萄皮儿. Again, a bit faster. 吃葡萄不吐葡萄皮儿，不吃葡萄倒吐葡萄皮儿. And super fast. 吃葡萄不吐葡萄皮儿，不吃葡萄倒吐葡萄皮儿. Now you try and send me the audio or the video at my Instagram account. Saludas things. Now let's get back again to our sounds with the pretty peculiar one. We have T, T. It is between a T and the Ch. Tzi, tzi, tzi. I, I. Four tone. Qi, air, energy. Ya, jia. Four tone. Xia, appropriate, proper, just, exactly. Zhi, yan, xian. Second tone. Qian, money. Chi, yang, xiang. Second tone. Qiang, strong, strength. Zhi, yao, xiao. Second tone. Qiao, bridge. Shi, ye, qie. Fourth tone. Qie, to cut, to slice. Shi, yin, xin. First tone. Xin, to be close, to kiss. Shi, ying, xing. Second tone. Qing, to invite, to ask someone to do something. Zhi, yong, xiong. Second tone. Qiong, poor. Zhi, you, qiu. Second tone. Qiu, ball, like football. 足球. Now, as it was for the ji sound, also the qi, you can hear the difference. Ji, qi is a bit harsh, more strong than qi. So as it was with qi and u, also with qi and u, the u sound becomes ü. So we will have qi, ci, ü, ü. Fourth tone, 去, to go. 诗, yuan, yuan. Second tone, 全, full, entire. 诗,约,约. First tone, 削, to fall short of, to miss. 诗, yun, yun. Second tone, 群, group of people or group of things. Now, since we're getting tired, and also because we just saw the difference between qi, the one we just saw, and ji, the one with the J, we are going to learn another tongue twister about these two sounds. So it says like 七加一，七减一，加完减完等于几？七加一，七减一，加完减完还是七。So let's see it line per line together with the meaning. So here we have 七加一 7 plus 1, 七减一, and then again to the 7 we subtract 1. So 七加一, 七减一, we add 1 and then subtract 1 to 7. 加完减完等于几？加 to add 1 to finish. So once we've finished adding and when we've finished one subtracting 减 so 加完减完等于几等于 means to be equal to 几 how much so 加完减完等于几 how much is it after adding and subtracting? So again it says 七加一七减一 adding and then subtracting 1 to 7加完减完还是七 After we add and subtract, it is still 7 because we add and subtract the same number. So let's say and pronounce it again all together. 七加一七减一加完减完等于几？七加一七减一加完减完还是七 So faster 七加一七减一加完减完等于几？七加一七减一加完减完还是七 And then super fast 七加一七减一加完减完等于几？七加一七减一加完减完还是七 Now try to pronounce it and send me the audio or the video at Selvudas Things. I can't wait to see your proficiency and pronunciation fluency level now. The R sound in Chinese is a bit tricky. You have to pronounce it by putting the tip of your tongue behind. So you curve it back and then you say 日日日昂日昂然 Second tone 然 means like this way 日昂日昂 nasal 让 fourth tone 让 to let somebody do something, for example. 日凹日凹绕 third tone 绕 to go around something, to move around, to revolve and wind. 热饿热 fourth tone 热 hot. 热恩人 second tone 人 person people. 热恩扔 first tone 扔 to throw. With r 热 sound, the e sound is voiceless, is mute, like it was with s. So it will be 热 热 fourth tone 热 sun day. 日红融 second tone 融 to melt away, 融化 to melt, like for the ice. 日欧肉 fourth tone 肉 meat. 日乌入 fourth tone 入 to enter, to go in. 日丸软 third tone 软 soft, flexible. 日微锐 fourth tone 锐 sharp. For example, a knife, sharp knife. 温润 fourth tone 润 moist, wet. 热窝弱 fourth tone 弱 fragile, weak. Now it's time for the sound s, z, a, sa. Third tone sa, to spread, to sprinkle, to pour. S, I, sai. First tone sai, to fill inside, to put in. S, an, san. First tone san, 3, the number. S, on, song. Third tone song, the throat. S, ao, sao, sao. Third tone broom, to wipe. S, se. Fourth tone 色 color or vivid, also related to sex. S, n, sen. First tone sen, forest, a big one. S, on, song. First tone song, a monk. Here we have the sound sh, like in English, shopping. Sh, sha, sha. Third tone, stupid, awkward. Shi, I, shy, shy. To bat in the sun. R, an, shan. First tone, shan, mountain, cliff. Shi, on, shang. Fourth tone, shang. Up, over, to go up. Shi, ao, 稍 third tone 少 less few 奢 fourth tone 设 instruction to set up 深 first tone 深 body 生 first tone 生 to come to life, to be alive. Now, also with the sh sound, the e sound is mute, so we will have sh, sh. Now be aware the difference between the e and the With the sound, we have sh. With the e sound, we have shi. Shi. With the we let our mouth relax and go low. With the sh sound, we smile when saying it. So 是 o 收 third tone 手 hand 是屋 书 first tone 书 book 是蛙 first tone 刷 to brush 是歪 衰 fourth tone 帅 handsome of a guy 是弯 fourth tone 涮是汪双 first tone 双 couple 是微水 third tone 水 water 是温顺 fourth tone 顺 fluent fluid easy 是窝说 first tone 说 to say again the sound 四 without the h combined with the e sound, also this e becomes mute, neutral. So, 四 fourth tone 四 four. So you can remember fourth tone is pronounced with the fourth tone. 四 on song fourth tone 送 o so first tone so to browse, searching the internet 乌 su fourth tone 素 element. It can also mean vegetarian or vegan 酸 酸 fourth tone 蒜 garlic 微 fourth tone 岁 years of age 孙 first tone 孙 grandchild granddaughter 窝 third tone 锁 lock. I was tired for you. It's not easy to learn this much and to memorize all these sounds, I know. But again, we are going to have some fun with this tongue twister. This tongue twister is about the sounds 四 and 是, the difference between dry sounds and wet sounds. So we have 四是四，十是十，十四是十四，四十是四十。Let's see what it means. 四是四 4 is 4, so 4 equals 4. 十是十 10 equals to 10. 10 is 10. 十四是十四 Here we have 10 and 4, so 14. 十四 From 11 to 19, you add the number after the 10 unit. So 14 是14 is 14 equals to 14. And then 40是40. To make multiples of 10, you just multiply adding before the unit of 10. So 40 means 4 times 10. So 40. 40 is 40. 40是40. Now let's see it all together. The meaning is not that complex, but I bet you will have some challenge pronouncing it. 四是四，十是十，十四是十四，四十是四十。So here we have 4 is 4, 10 is 10, 14 is 14, and 40 is 40. Come again a bit faster. 四是四，十是十，十四是十四，四十是四十。And super fast speed, I challenge you to make a video or audio file and send it to me through Things, my Instagram. So let's go. 四是四，十是十，十四是十四，四十是四十。Alright, we don't have a lot of sounds left, but we still have a few. So let's go on and learn all the sounds with the t sound. T is like the English T, but as it goes with the p sound, it's stronger and it makes some air flow out. So t, ta. First tone ta can mean she with a woman, he with a man, and it. So ta. Only the character changes. I, tai. Fourth tone, tai. Too much, too. An, tan. Second tone, tan. To talk with, to have a chat with, to discuss. Tong, tong. Fourth tone, tang. To bruise, scalding hot. Ao, how. Fourth tone means set. It is also used in words which have some covering, wrapping use like 手套, gloves. 车, ke, fourth tone, ke, special, peculiar. 疼, second tone, 疼, to hurt, but hurt softly. It's not that hurting. 一, second tone, to pull, to lift. 烟, first tone, 天, sky. Day. yao, yao. Second tone, tiao, is a classifier for slender and long things. Ye, ye. First tone, tie, to stick, to paste. Ying, ting. First tone, ting, to listen. Tong, tong. Fourth tone, tong, to hurt bad. Ho, ho. Second tone, to, head. U, tu. Second tone, tu, image, picture. One, one, one. Second tone, organization, group, to roll into a ball. Way, way. First tone, way, to push. Win, win, win. First tone, to swallow. Wo, wo. First tone, to remove, to remove clothes. And here we are, another tongue twister for you. This is about 特 and 的. So we have the strong 特 with air flowing out and a bit softer but still not that weak 的 with no air flowing out. So this is about this big belly bunny and says 大兔子大肚子大肚子的大兔子要咬大兔子的大肚子. Now let's see line by line. So the first line says 大兔子大肚子大肚子 means big bunny. 大肚子 means big belly. The second line says 大肚子的大兔子大兔子 means big bunny. 的 is a relative particle. So a big bunny that has a big belly. Everything related to everything after comes before. So everything that comes before is related to everything that comes after. So a big bunny that has a big belly. And I want, in the third line, I want to 咬 eat, bite 大兔子的大肚子 the big belly of the big bunny. 要咬大兔子的大肚子大兔子大肚子大肚子的大兔子要咬大兔子的大肚子 A bit faster again. 大兔子大肚子大肚子的大兔子要咬大兔子的大肚子 Now we will see all the sounds with the U sound. The U at the beginning of the consonant of the syllable becomes W, but the sound remains similar. The same is for V. The V in Chinese it doesn't exist. We have this substituted by the W. Sometimes, then, depending on the region and on the dialect, this W is pronounced either W or V, V, more similar to a U or to a V. It's not a mistake if you pronounce it more similar to a U or more similar to a V, but you have to be consistent and you have to understand if someone is mispronouncing it, that it is this letter, this sound. In standard Chinese, it should be pronounced U, more similar to a U. U, a, wa. First tone, wa means wow. w, I, y, w, I, y. Fourth tone. Y means outside. W, one, third tone. Night, evening, late. W, wang, second tone. Wang, king. W, a, way, fourth tone. Way, four. W, n, when, fourth tone. When, to ask. W, wang, first tone. Wang, this is a surname, a name of a Chinese proverb. 塞翁失马 proverb that says that bad news are not always bad news and good news are not always good news. 我 third tone. 我 I, me, myself. 我 third tone. 五 five, the number. Now here we are to this sound. This sound it's a bit tricky again. It's not X like in English. It's S, S. It's an S sound like the S, but it's a bit more wet, sibilated because it's not pronounced with the point of the with the tip of the tongue up, but also a bit of the middle part of the tongue is raised. So it's wetter because the middle part of the tongue is wetter than just the point. So it's xi. And with difference from the s sound, the s sound that is pronounced s when together with e sound, c sound is pronounced with a voiced e. So 诗 一 西 first tone 西 west 诗呀 虾 fourth tone 下 below under to go off 诗烟 先 first tone 先 before prior to 央 诗央香 first tone 香 perfume perfumed 诗腰消 third tone 小 small 诗耶歇 third tone 写 to write 诗音心 first tone 心 new 英星 beware that it's like slided 星 to the nasal sound. Fourth tone 姓 the surname 思庸兄 yung second tone bear 知忧师忧修 first tone 修 to repair. Now this combination is like with the J and the U. So with Ji and Ü, the U becomes Ü. So Shi, Ü, Shi, Ü, Xu. First tone 虚 to must, to need to. 是冤 because like with the ji, qi, uan becomes yuan, but only with ji, qi, xi. So 是温 宣 third tone 选 to choose 诗约薛 second tone 学 to study to learn 温诗温宣 fourth tone 训 order sequence. So we have already seen at the beginning of this course that the E sound, when written at the beginning of a syllable, is written with the Y, but the sound is pretty the same. E, a, ya. Second tone, ya, sprout. N. Again, with this, is N because it's like the n sound. Yen. Third tone, yen. I. Young. Second tone, young. Sheep. Yao. Fourth tone, yao. To want to have decided to have to. E, ye. Because we've seen before that E sound plus A sound, sound becomes A sound. Ye. Third tone, ye. Also. Yi, yi, yi. Simply because the E can't be alone, but the Y neither. They have to be written together to write the sound E. First on E, one, but also E, and also E. It's because they are used in different places. We use the first tone E when we have to count the numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, up to 10, for example. But when we count like 1, one plus classifier for counting things, we have to use either the fourth or the second tone. We use the fourth tone when we count everything, but things that have a classifier with fourth one. So fourth plus fourth becomes second plus fourth tone. Yi, yin, yin. First tone, yin, cause, element, because. Yi, ying, ying, ying. Fourth tone, yin, reflection. Yi, ong, yong. Fourth tone, yong, to use. Yi, o, yo. Third tone, yo, to have. Also with the Y, so with the beginning E sound, the U becomes U. So E, U is just a way to write U, U. So we can't write the letter U alone. To make it a syllable sound, we have to add the Y to the U, and we have the U sound written. So third tone, ü, ü. Here we don't pronounce the E sound because the Y is only there to write down the U sound. Ü means language, idiom. I, yuan, I, yuan, yuan. Then second tone, yuan, unit, or renminbi, the Chinese currency. I, yue, yue. Fourth tone, yue, moon or month. Yi, un, yun, 云. Second tone, 云, cloud. Now we are to the last letter of the Pinyin transcription alphabet. We have the Z sound. Z is like the plus S. Z, 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 A, za. Second tone, za. Mixed, hybrid. Z, I, zai. Fourth tone, zai. To be, to exist, to stay in a place. Z, an, zan. Fourth tone, zan. To agree, to support. Z, song, song. First tone, song. 30. Z, ao, sao. Third tone, 早, early, early in the morning. Also, hello. 自喝, the, second tone, otherwise, on the other hand. A, say, second tone, say, criminal, traitor. N, then, second tone, then, 好. Zong, first tone, zong, to increase. Now, if we add an H, we get zh, zh. Zh is retroflex sound. It's similar to zi, but it's weather and retroflex. Zh. So you have to curve a bit your tongue towards the back and say zh, 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 a, zha. Fourth tone, zha. To deep fry. Zh, I, zhai. Third tone, zhai. Narrow. Zh, an, zhan. Fourth tone, zhan. Stop, to stand. Zh, ang, zhuang. Third tone, zhuang. To grow big. Zh, ao, zhao. Third tone, zhao. To search, to look for. Zh, zhe. Fourth tone, zhe. This. Zh, zhun. First tone, zhun. Real, really. Zh, zheng. First tone, zheng. To steam. Like in zhi and shi and th, also with zhi, the e is mute, is not voiced. You don't pronounce it. So you have zhi, first tone, zhi, juice. Zhi, ong, zhong, first tone, zhong, middle, inside, in the middle. Zhi, o, zhou, zhou, porridge. Zhi, wu, zhu, zhu, pig, pork. Zhi, wa, zhua, wa, claw of a bird, of a chicken. Zhi, wai, zhuai, or don't zhuai, to catch someone. To pull, to throw. Zhi, wan, zhi, wan, zhuan. This is not wen with the zhi sound. Third tone, zhuan, to turn around. Zhi, wang, zhi, wang, zhuang, zhuang, first tone. outfit, clothing, to dress up, to attire. 追追 first one, 追 to follow, to catch up. 温稳 third tone, standard, norm, criterion. 桌 first tone, 桌 table, and also with the z sound. The e is mute, like it was with the s sound. So it was s, now it is z. Fourth tone, 字 character, Chinese character, letter. 字 song, first tone, is a Chinese typical dish made with steamed rice and bamboo leaves. Steamed. 字 so, third tone, 走 to walk, to go. 字 租 first tone, 租 to rent. 资 湾 breaks. 钻石 also means diamond. 微 fourth tone, 醉 drunk. 尊 first tone, 尊 to respect, to abide. 窝 fourth tone, 坐 to sit down. So congratulations, we finished all the sounds. And yes, it's a good news, but the other good news is that we have a last tongue twister for you to challenge your proficiency. And this tongue twister is about z and zh difference in pronunciation. This one is a bit philosophical. 知道就是知道，不知道就是不知道，不要知道说不知道，也不要不知道，假装知道。So let's see line by line. First line says 知道. Say knowing. 就是 is precisely 知道. So 知道 to know is to know. Like if you know, you know. 知道就是知道. Second line is 不知道就是不知道. Not knowing is just not knowing. So if you don't know, you don't know. 不要知道说不知道. You don't have to. When you know it, 知道说 say you don't know it 不知道。不有知道的时候说不知道。So 不要知道说不知道。You don't have to say that you don't know when you know. 也不要不知道假装知道。Yeah, and you don't have to fake. Also, don't have to fake that you know when you don't know. So, also you don't have to, when you don't know, fake that you know. 也不要不知道假装知道。Let's see it all together. 知道就是知道，不知道就是不知道。不要知道说不知道，也不要不知道假装知道。So let's say a bit faster. 知道就是知道，不知道就是不知道。不要知道说不知道，也不要不知道假装知道。Now super fast. 知道就是知道，不知道就是不知道。不要知道说不知道，也不要不知道假装不知道。Now again, for the last time, record yourself either through audio file or video and send it to me at Xiaoludosthings so I can see how much you have improved.
and how much you have mastered your pronunciation in Mandarin Chinese. For last, I want to make a few points out and give you a few tips to remember all the rules of pronunciation. So here we have this chart. In this chart, we can see that we have these B, P, Mi, D, T, Ni, Li, Ji, Xi, Xi. In all these, you have to pronounce the E. Then you have this one, zhi, chi, shi, ri, zi, si, si. In this, you don't have to pronounce the E sound. It's mute. Then we have here the Ü sounds. All the sounds with the Ü, we have Ü with the two dots, Lü with the two dots. Then we have Lü, Lü. These have the two dots to represent that they are pronounced with the Ü. Because we also have Nu, Nu, Lu, but we don't have Lue, Nue. But since we have these two, then we follow the rule that we have to add them. We also have this one here. So, 居, 撅, 捐, 均, 区, 缺, 宣, 均, 虚, 薛, 宣, Xun. These are also pronounced with the U sound. Then again, a few peculiar finals. We have ye, e plus a becomes ye and not u. Then we have a. We also have yo, yen, but we have yang, ying, yong. Then we have wan, wen, but this one is pronounced like this, one here, and again when here. Then we have these sounds that are a bit from the u and the n between those. So tun, fun, lun, gun, hun, hun, zhun, chun, shun, run, sun, cun, sun. As for the consonants, we have b, p, m, f, d, t. We blow air. We also blow air here. So we have n, l, g, k. H is pronounced with aspiration also. Then we have ji, qi, xi, ji, harsh, qi, xi, a wet s. Zhi, shi, shi, ri, zi, zi, zi. So we have wet sounds and dry sounds. And this is all. These are the most tricky sounds. If you have any question, you can ask me in my teacher page, my course page. There's a dedicated part for your questions, or you can follow me on Instagram as Xiaolu does things and ask me there. Again, remember to send me all those audios of your tongue twister challenges and see you in the next course. Hopefully, if you don't have the guide yet, HSK 026 guide, you can also um, find the link below this lesson. See you. It was my pleasure to teach you in this course.